What's up, YouTube? This is Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody for coming on this YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. You get us whether positive or negative. Welcome everyone. This here is live conversation number 111. Live conversation number 111. This is about innocent people who are locked up by crooked cops, and I have to give my disclaimer. As always, because a lot of people always labeling me or think I'm some type of pastor or bishop or anything like that, whereas though I am not. So please, I'm not a pastor, bishop. I don't hold any type of office in the church. I'm just a normal brother having a normal conversation in general. That's all. I'm not here to violate any type of community guidelines on YouTube, Facebook, or wherever social media platform this video alive may appear on. We talked about the other day in reference to that so-called Hebrew Israelite leader who was a former police officer out there in New York City. I got a lot of comments and whatnot from those members from the IUIC. And let's get this clear. I know a lot of police officers out there, good officers and things like that. In fact, one of my coaches, a trainer, who was a boxing coach. He's a retired NYPD officer, So just be real watchful, if you think that I'm not in tune with law enforcement in general. We're talking about crooked cops like that, which is separate for those police officers there who are good cops out there. I ain't talking about those type of police officers. We're talking about the rotten, spoiled ones and things like that, So these Hebrew Israelites, or whatever the case may be, a lot of them in that camp, they taken up for him. One stated that the police officer was his job and things like that. And what happened with the two brothers that, he falsely accused and locked up, and they won the case over 5 or 6 years and things like that, that it took those young brothers to fight off, in general. The person is so sold out over this so-called bishop of IUIC and things like that. So I look at it like this. If any crooked cop, who was a crooked cop years ago, or who done falsely accused a lot of people out there, of certain crimes they did not commit, and later on that police officer was a police officer. He retired, he or she retired 10 to 15 years later and changed their ways, repented. Okay, cool. That's cool to do. But what about those people that you put behind bars years ago and that still sit? You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it like that. What about those ones who still sitting in prison right now due to the fact of that repentant person, who falsely accused them of doing a crime they did not commit? Are you going to go back to your superiors from old to say, listen, I falsely accused a few people of doing crimes they didn't commit. I would like to handle the situation or suffer the consequences, whatever may come, So are those crooked cops, or is Mr. Nathaniel Ray, if that's found to be true, that, he got a lot of innocent people locked up, he falsely accused? Would he go back, or would any crooked cop go back who's retired and state to this old superior of old that they made, vicious mistakes like that in the past? Because putting innocent people behind bars, that's not cool at all. You know what I'm saying? You playing with people's lives. You got a lot of crooked police officers, on camera, planting guns on people, planting drugs on people and things like that. What up, Candy? Shout out to you. What up, Jasmine? Kimmy Kim? What's up to y'all in the chat room? So yeah, and what's up, Lady Speed? Yeah, you got a lot of so-called police officers who are crooked, things like that, who plant certain things on people or who falsely accuse people, just based upon or in straps and pins and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that was not cool at all. You know, but peace and sense to you too. So for all those so-called IUIC Hebrew Israelites who was taken up by him, you know what I'm saying, and stating that that the court system could have falsified it, and some people was asking for like, oh, you lied on him and things like that. How can I lie on a man with his court documents? You know what I'm saying? With his clear-cut court documents, transcripts of this man being taken in court for falsely accusing two brothers and things like that. How can that? You understand? What's up at Truth of God, Brother Ray? He says, big bro, greetings. By God's help, I passed my road test yesterday. I'm officially a Class A. I need that job, man. That's what's up, man. Welcome to the club of Class A drivers. You know, I know you was nervous doing that pre-trip inspection, you know, checking the tires and all that, the air pressure. Come on. I still remember those days, man. But congratulations to you too, man, for sure. You know. What up, Stephanie Bonds? So yeah, what up, Misfit? What up, what up, what up? Appreciate that for sure. He says, I thought, hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. You did well. So, you know, back to the topic at hand, you know, when you got a lot of crooked police officers out there and things like that, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That why would a person do 3 to 6 months in the academy, you know what I'm saying, just to come out to be crooked? Answer that question. Somebody out there, you know what I mean? Give me some insight on why do you think that, you know, a person would have the mindset to do crooked things, you know, 3 to 6 months of hard work in the academy, hard work and hard labor in there. You know what I'm saying? Kimmy Kim, he says there's several police gangs out here in Los Angeles setting civilians up and officers that don't want to play their evil games. Well, yeah, a lot. Listen, a lot of them who indulge, you know, evil activities, you know, get stuff. You know, so it's wise. It's wise to have a camera, you know, in your car. You know what I mean? Without them even knowing for sure. Put your camera phone on. Put your audio recorder on and things like that. Just to keep yourself covered for sure. What up at Jamie Slayton? He says good evening. What up? What up? It's a great evening right now. You know, we're here talking about this topic at hand. Crooked cops in reference to, you know, innocent people that are still sitting in prison right now. You said the situation room only in America can be designed for failure all the way around the whole concrete jungle. Could you like elaborate that a little bit more on what you mean at Penelope? So as I was stating that, you know, when you got innocent people who are sitting in prison, you says you don't think that they actually own the drug game. Well, I'm not gonna say 100%. I'm not gonna say 100%. The police officers run the drug game. I can't state that. Can't say 100%. I'm not gonna say that, you know. But you do got some individuals in there that probably indulge in that stuff, you know. Kimmy Penelope says, "Who's paying for the camera? You, you." Kimmy Kimmy Kim says, "I have a camera in my car that stays rolling while the vehicle runs and record the voice. That's great. That's wonderful. You know what I'm saying? In any situation, you know, when you're riding your vehicle, you know, it's not that, you know, people are scared or whatever. It's just a camera and a voice recorder, you know, can cover you. You know what I'm saying? It definitely can cover you. So if you got innocent people who are still sitting in prison, you know, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, you know what I'm saying? Just based upon a crooked cop, you know, or a cop who falsely accused a person. So I'm wondering if those IUIC people who probably is listening, you know what I'm saying? It was all in the comments. Listen, it was all in the comments in that last video. They could not answer this question at all. They couldn't. This question right here leaves IUIC members who's for Mr. Bishop Nathaniel stuck. You understand that? Because we know that he was a NYPD officer. You understand? Somebody said, well, where's the proof? What you mean? They got his information up there on how long he was a police officer, his badge number, and things like that. They got news articles on him. They got court records on him and things of that nature. So when you state that if a man has changed, I'm going to say it again to those IUIC members. You understand? If the man has changed, and any person can change, with the help of God. Now, if he arrested a person or persons in the past who's still sitting in prison right now, is he going to go back to try to help those people out if he's really for the people and things like that? You understand? Penelope says, we all must speak in a for real situation. What do you mean by that? He says taxpayers. Taxpayers what? What up, Lee D? What up? What up? You said you just took all to another level. I don't understand what you mean at Penelope. Could you elaborate a little bit better? You know? So based upon, innocent people who still sit in prison, I'm pretty sure, some people out there, know a person or two who could be innocent that's sitting in prison right now due to the fact that, you got a power tripping or a crooked cop or a law enforcement officer who just get a kick out of, putting people behind bars anyway. You know what I mean? They just make up stuff and things like that. Kennedy says, my heart broke when that cop in the Carolina shot my man in the back and then lied on the police report that the guy tried to grab his gun, but a civilian was filming the whole thing. What guy are you talking about? Candy Kennedy. What guy are you talking about? You know? So yeah, man, like these officers, those type of officers, I'm not talking about the good ones. There's some good, cool cops out there, man, for sure, who do their job, who follow what the principles of being a law enforcement is in reference to protecting and serving for sure. So if what you're talking about, Candy Kennedy, happened, that's a crazy situation right there, But this time, a lot of prisoners these days aren't innocent. Hold up. MTDNA said, I understand what you're saying, but this time, a lot of prisoners are innocent. Also, there's folks locked up that can't wait to get out, so they can get their revenge on who put them there. Well, I can agree with you a little bit. I definitely can agree with you a little bit. You see, of course, there are a lot of prisoners in jail that's not innocent. You're right. I agree with that part. I'm not saying that everybody in prison is innocent. I'm not saying that. What I was speaking upon is those who are innocent and things like that. Those I watched a video of a police officer planting drugs on people or planting a gun on a person and things like that. I'm talking about situations like that. I'm not talking about Ray who robbed a bank and things like that, or Ray who knocked over, what I'm saying, the neighbor down on somebody and killed them. I'm not talking about that. You know what I mean? I'm talking about those law enforcement officers who get a thrill and a kick out of, making up stories and things like that and falsely accusing people of crimes that they didn't commit, you know? And you says there are folks locked up that can't wait to get out so they could have their revenge on people who put them there. I can agree with that. I can. There are some people out there for sure. For sure. I agree. I can't knock you on that one. Penelope says it's the situation room. Good, better. I guess get better. Indifferent as they say, the good, the bad, the ugly. My God deals with them all. Kennedy says Walter Scott, he was murdered in April 2015 in North Charleston, South Carolina. MT says the Lord is going to handle everything, even evildoers. In politics, remember Joseph was locked up too for something he didn't do, but still stood and was reconciled back to the Lord. Signs of the Street says, make sure your local sheriff is honorable. They are the highest law person in the county. Well, well, I just moved to Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? I just moved to Charlotte recently. You know, I mean, I don't know about that. You know, I didn't hear too many good things about this sheriff out here. I think his name is Gary McFadden, you know, of the Mecklenburg County in North Carolina and things like that. You know, the reason I know about him, I just kind of inquired, you know, once about a government job over here, but you know, if things ain't looking right and you know within the government, I'm not gonna sit here and try to apply for these people at all. You know, but that's the only way I know about Sheriff Gary McFadden. I just know little pieces about him, saw little videos upon him just to see, you know, how he is as a boss, as a person and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? What I saw, I'm like, nah, I don't want to work under this guy. You know what I'm saying? So nah. So I'm not, but I do respect his position though, for sure, in the Mecklenburg County. Penelope says, exactly, nobody's really innocent. That's your side, my side, in the side of the law, not just the earth, but the side of our Father God. Amen and amen. And Witherspoon says, I had my SPO, I guess you mean special police officer license, and was arrested for disorderly conduct. My career was ruined. I was young and called him a-hole. You're right, I was targeted. This was in what is that, Minnesota? So I believe you're talking about the SPO, Special Police Officer License. You know, I don't know how it works out there in Minnesota, but in different states, it's different. I know in DC, you know, they have it out there. Out here in North Carolina, I believe you have to go to the academy for like 16 weeks. I believe DC is like, you know, a few weeks. I don't know how it is out there in Minnesota, but you know, that's crazy. You know, that's crazy over there. That situations like that can happen. You know, that a power tripping officer could do that to you. You know, and they don't care. At the end of the day, you know, they have the party to really mess up a person's career, to really mess up a person's life, and they have no remorse. They have no heart for it at all. You know, they can't take it for how it is or how their actions are. You know, just because gun in the back, those type of police officers. You know, from DC. Right? Okay, so cool. You know, I remember I was out there. You know, last year I went have Metro SPO. I went for that. You know what I mean? But I moved to Charlotte. You know, I thought about that, but I'm like, I don't know. Law enforcement in these days, it's just not it no more. You know, it's just not it at all. It's just not it. G Swole, you says, what up? He says, I was wondering, is there a way you can check YouTube for not alerting your members when you're doing a live when I miss out on two of your last good topics? Well, the best I can do is just talk to like a live person at Google and ask them what's going on. I mean, someone told me that, you know, shadow banning was in effect or whatever, or it takes a while for, you know, the notifications to get out. You know, I don't know why. You know, I really don't understand why they do it like that at all. You know, um, somebody gave me a suggestion on why I don't put out like a flyer or something like that. You know, that'd be too much every day. You know, for me to do that, I only do that when I broadcast from Facebook and YouTube and things like that. You know, they don't even give out the notifications to a lot of notifications to the videos of the Truth of God. that I put out and things like that. I really don't know. After my channel got terminated twice in February, it kind of like, slowed up in reference to like the notifications and stuff like that. Lashes. You says the wicked don't go on paid. Marshall says, I think police officers have too much power. Well, it's supposed to be those people who can be trusted, to handle that authority and to handle that power in the care of protecting and serving, at a time, and no shade at nobody if they are watching. When I was in the academy, everybody in the beginning, what I mean, when we first got smoked on day one in boot camp, everybody was, speaking, I'm gonna be for the people, XYZ and stuff like that. And then as weeks went on, you could see some people start to change. They started acting a different way, like the hunger for the people wasn't there anymore. And you're gonna have a lot of people out there, who probably go to the academy, day one, they excited, the drill at you, cursing at you, and stuff like that, and they hungry to be for the people. But after a while, it's like the badge and the gun and all that stuff gets to a person's head, man, and they just start power tripping at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though you're supposed to be protecting and serving the people. I'm not talking about the good officers. We ain't talking about them. We're talking about the ones who are crooked and the ones who go off course. That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. Let me see if I miss anybody. What up, James? He says greetings from Antigua and what is that, Barbados? What up? What up? Penelope says let's deal with the young lady in ATL back in 2019. Her homegoing is in line. YouTube Black. What happened? What happened, Penelope, in Atlanta 19? What up, Tim? Penelope says I think my own perspective this day, which is July the 27th. Maybe this is more personal for me than it is for anyone else because I have been standing on the side of the justice of God. Okay. Tam says guilt by association is right. Stay away from the wrong company. What up, Mr. Ham? What up? What up? You said back to Tam. You says guilt by association is right. Stay away from the wrong company, and you won't be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I agree. I agree with that for sure. I definitely agree. I know a lot of people, and one was like a football player. He was really good in high school. He was a good football player for sure. And, he was around the wrong people, got caught up in a murder and things like that. He's out of prison, whatever. But just being around people can mess up everything for you. So you're absolutely right about that. You could just be having a good, easy day. One situation with me when I was young, back in 2000 and I think 3, maybe, a friend came around, where I was living in Jersey City, New Jersey. He was a cool friend, but he brought somebody else and things like that. One who I did not know, who had a car and things like that. At the time, I thought it was his car. You know what I'm saying? I was young, but the car was stolen and things like that. When I come to find out months later, well, the day we was joyriding and whatnot, the police came behind us and sirens was on, and, the driver, who I did not know too well, was about to be on his way to have a high-speed chase. But the police didn't put their sirens on for us. It was for somebody else, I guess, in front of us, and they went around us and things like that. So, somebody had to been praying for me that day for sure. When I was young, when I was about 18, 19 years old. So you're absolutely right. Ever since that day, listen, I cut them people off. I cut people like that off, man. No way, no more, because you just never know. You could just be walking to a store with somebody and you don't know they about to stick up the place, and just because you with them You know what I'm saying? You are guilt by association for sure. So definitely be careful out there. If you around like negative people, you know what I'm saying? You said your mom is in Charlotte. Cool, cool, cool. Appreciate that at Roland Lee. G Swole says, I remember when I was a kid, I thought about being a cop due to being being influenced by movies like Beverly Hills Cop. Axel Foley. He wanted to be like Axel Foley. Oh man. He said in Bad Boys, but I felt it'll be a conflict of interest due to my brothers being gangster. Okay, got you. Jermaine said, I don't mean no harm, but if a police hit me for no reason, I ain't gonna hit back. You know what, Jermaine Marshall? I would have to agree with you on that one. You know what I'm saying? I definitely would have to agree with you because no one should put their hands on you for no reason at all. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody's is human at the end of the day. And just because a person has a gun and a badge has no reason to just hit a person just for no reason at all, you know, for sure. All right. Um, what up, Alicia? What up, Barnes? Appreciate that. No problem. Penelope said on this platform tonight. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. What up, Tasha? What up? What up? What up? Mr. Ham, you says I start going to juvenile at 14, went from that to jail. So when people say they innocent, I have a question. Why are you telling me that if you're innocent? Sometimes cops are just. Aaron Sparrow says, greetings, family. And what up, Aaron? What up, Harriet? For sure, for sure. Lady Speed says, thanks for sharing. I am always telling my grams the same thing. Mind your company. Absolutely. What up, Henley? I don't know, Henley. I think you sent me something on an email. What was that? What was that? All right. What up, Jen Juice? What up, David F? What up, James Jenkins? You said y'all better turn the other cheek. Them officers don't operate fairly. In certain situations, I remember police officers where I'm from, Jersey City. Sometimes people know each other. You got to understand certain situations are personal. I've seen stories and what they call the Jersey General in Jersey City. Now I'll be like, it was a shooting in Jersey City, where as though a cop got shot in the head at Walgreens. He was a rookie officer. And knowing of him, the cop, and knowing the person, I'm like, yo, these people know each other. Everybody, everybody know each other, either from school, from sports, and things like that. Sometimes it could be a personal situation that people don't even know about. It's still not right to do and stuff like that, you know. But everybody not all the way there when it comes to like turning the other cheek. Somebody just hit them randomly. Even if it is an officer and things like that. Sometimes people natural reflexes and emotions and stuff like that. Like who you hitting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I know we got to talk. Sometimes we try to talk our way out of things respectfully, and it's still some disrespectful officers. I had situations where as though I think it was 2014 or 13, where I got pulled over, I think it was for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And this Jersey City cop was a clown to me. I actually thought I knew him. I'm quiet and I'm like, asking nice questions, and he's trying to get all big and brolic and things like that. You know what I mean? So there are some pinheads out there for sure who have badges on, and there are some good cops out there, who I'm aware of. All right. And Witherspoon says, do they drug test cops on a regular basis? Well, that I don't know. Random drug testing, I would say yes. I know they do that not that trucking got anything to do with that, but we get randomly checked and things like that. But I would hope they get like a random check for sure. Jinju says YouTube be hating with these notifications. What up, Jeffrey? What up, Elijah? You said the cops beat my. Well, I don't use profanity. I guess beat you up in the 80s, and he says broke your friend's leg and walk. I don't know what that last one you're trying to say, but I don't like a reference of profanity on here if that's what you're trying to say. You know. Mr. Ham says the guy that played police chief in Detroit and Beverly Hills Cop got indicted in real life. Wasn't he a cop in real life? The guy from Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley, boss. Was that him? That's what you're talking about? Genju says, hey, did you see that bling bling preacher Rob live streaming? It was wild. Wow. I mean, people sent the link to me, but I'd be like, sometimes I think this stuff be staged and things like that. Stuff, I don't know, man. It's just like, is this stuff staged and things like that just for attention? You know how rappers do and entertainers do, come up with certain stories and people would do stuff like that just for attention, just for clout and things like that. Who would rob a preacher live like that? Ain't no real robber would do that, you know, unless they just looking for attention like that. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. G Swole says, I had an Uber passenger that was a white retired cop. I asked him, is there a secret agenda to have a green light on black people? And he told me no. He had a good relationship with the black community. Well, do I believe him? No, I don't believe him. Maybe the academy that he went to, or I believe him in the sense that he had a good relationship with the black community. And I'm not giving out no secrets to the academy that I went to, but there's a more stronger watch on black people and Latinos and stuff like that, in which I remember we was told, you know what I'm saying, that we was more high profiled. Even me, you know what I'm saying, being in there at the time, it didn't matter if I was trying to become an officer, or it don't matter if somebody's trying to become an officer. That's just the way. It's messed up, man. It's definitely messed up for sure that we are looked at like that. You know what I'm saying? That when I heard that day, I'm just like, wow, man. Like, would I look at a person like that? You know what I'm saying? If I see somebody is African American or black, and I got my uniform on and stuff like that, if I was sworn in at the time, you know what I'm saying, would I look at him like as a high threat as every minority who walked past me and I look at? Would I look at him as a higher threat? No. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be for the people. Listen, I'm you. We come from the same area. We come from the same urban and tough and rough area. I'm not gonna sit here and look at you like that, man. I'm not gonna look at nobody like that. Of course, it's protect yourself at all times. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? No way. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna become a sellout like that. You know what I mean? So, but it's good that he had a relationship with the black community. That's what you want. You want that with all communities for sure. You know what I'm saying? All right. Penelope says, Mr. Harvin, I am with you. I really understand the concept of where we are in this particular live platform. It's wonderful. Henley says, I think him and his wife got robbed, took a lot of jewelry. Like when people rob people for jewelry and stuff like that, I'm like, what's the point? What's the point of robbing somebody for jewelry and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? What's the point? Like street cred? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. You know what I mean? Jinju says YouTube failing to notify as per use with their hating. You funny. What up, Cynthia Hall? What up? Appreciate that. Appreciate that for sure. What up, Levy? What up? What up, Lawanda? How you doing? For sure, for sure. So the thing with like um innocent people being locked up is like a person's life could be messed up just based upon a falsely and a wrongfully arrest and things like that. And in a lot of cases, people don't have the funds to get a good lawyer. So they got to cop a plea, whatever the prosecutor offers them, So it's like, wow, there's a chance I could spend 25 years to life if I lose trial, but here it is, you have the prosecutor offering me 5 to 10 years in prison now, or even 20 flat versus life in prison. So you're a person who don't have money for a good lawyer. You didn't do it at all, and things like that. And 9 times out of 10, the prosecutor knows you're innocent, probably, but this person got a job to do. You know what I mean? This is the job of a prosecutor. Listen, we're gonna offer you 20 years, man, if you take the plea. Simple as that. If you lose, you get life in prison. You know what I'm saying? And then you thinking, if I lose, I get life in prison. Wow, man. 20 years. Well, at least I'll get out. You know what I'm saying? So you putting a person in a position like that. It's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? What do you do? What do you do? All right. Elijah says, I don't know what you're talking about. What up, Jeremy? What up? What up? What up? Appreciate that. Mr. Ham, he says, I got robbed for dope and almost killed set by a nice looking female back in the days. Wow. That's a deep one. Appreciate that at Penelope. Appreciate that. Genju says, hey Tony, just heads up, the Purple Rain gang have now got other sisters channels and talking smack about you, C-Rock, calling you both Gino's racist supporters. They lost their minds. Well, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. G's bro, situation being staged. If you witness a cop doing wrong by somebody, will you get involved or record it for clout? Like we never seen that before. Would I get involved if I know that an officer is like doing a person wrong? It depends. It depends on the situation, man. It definitely depends because you could be just going to the store and you could see an officer maybe I guess tussling with somebody or whatever. Now, let's say if it's your family member or whatever, if it's your family member and you're there for the situation, like your daughter or your mother or your auntie or whatever. Now it's a female, man, and you got some grown cop, you know what I'm saying, manhandling your mother, manhandling your sister, manhandling your daughter, man, and you right there. Listen, you gotta put your life on the line, man, to protect your family, especially your daughter and your mother, man, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no grown man should be putting their hands on a woman like that. I mean, I've seen videos of certain police officers, grown men, you know what I'm saying, tossing women around like rag dolls. You know what I mean? While the husband or the son of somebody just standing. No way, man. No way. No way at all. I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but not sorry. You know what I mean? I'm going to protect my daughter. I'm going to protect my mother at the end of the day. You understand? All right? That's just me. You know what I mean? If I see a police officer doing wrong and manhandling them, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we going to be getting down for sure. We definitely going to be getting down with the get down. We definitely going to be getting down with the get down, for sure. It's just in reference to protecting my family. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm moving as. It's almost like if somebody tries to mug your daughter, or somebody tries to mug your mother. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna stand there, you know what I'm saying, looking foolish, and you a grown man. You know what I mean? You gotta protect your daughter. You know, you gotta protect your mother. Simple as that. At the end of the day, that's your mother, that's your daughter. You the man, you protect them. Simple as that. You know, yes, we supposed to turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. When emotions strike high, you're like, man, I can't let this happen. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be there as a man to protect my daughter, my mother. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. You know, we hope that those things do not happen at all. You know, we hope and pray, you know, that those things do not happen. We hope it don't happen. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if somebody, if a man has a daughter or his mother is, you know, around, and a grown man literally put their hands on them, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Just stand there, you know, and quote scriptures? Come on, man. You know, I'm speaking in general. I'm not speaking to people specifically, but I've heard people talk over righteous and things like that. That they would just stand there and watch and quote a scripture. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. All right. Please watch your six, cause I wouldn't want any harm on you. Too many crazies out here in the streets. Man, I ain't worried about them, man. I ain't worried about them, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about them, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand. I'm a fighter first before being a YouTuber, man. So I'm not at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about anybody coming up to me, hitting me or whatever and stuff like that. Because people actually get this YouTube up with how a person could really be on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? Not that we promote violence or anything, or promote, you know, hitting people or whatnot and what have you. But when push come to shove, listen, you're gonna defend yourself. You know, you're not gonna be sitting there quoting scriptures. Even, you know, PJ said it when the man tried to attack him with his knife. You know what I'm saying? At the gas station. And you know, people got to understand that, you know what I'm saying, PJ, you know, you know, he studied MMA, a boxer, and all that other stuff, wrestling. You know what I'm saying? The man know how to get down, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So if you messing with a person who know how to get down with the get down, you know what I mean? Listen, be careful. Be careful. Tell the crazies to be careful on their end. You know what I'm saying? Tell tell the crazies to be careful on their end at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But we hope things like that don't happen at all, for sure. You know what I'm saying? We hope. There's a lot of crazies out here. It is. At the end of the day, it is. I agree. But you know what I mean? I don't have fear for nobody at all. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah, you know, people send texts. Yo, it was one time, you know what I mean? Come on, people threaten to shoot you, blow up your house, and you know what I mean, blow up the church or whatever. Come on, I done seen and heard a whole bunch of threats, man. Like, you know, people with witchcraft and plagues and all this. I really don't, because it's like it's the internet, man. At the end of the day, you know what I mean, not it'd be a person like in Montana in the closet typing on a computer. You know what I'm saying? Just laughing and giggling at the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in like Wisconsin, you know what I mean? Stuck in the closet somewhere, just typing, laughing and giggling, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. You know, there are crazies out here at the end of the day, but you know what I mean? You ain't supposed to have the spirit of fear of anybody at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And things are predestinated to happen, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's been a lot of threats and things like that, but you know what I mean? I ain't worrying about it. At the end of the day, I ain't worrying about it at all, man. You know what I'm saying? And we know that people can get real salty over certain things over the internet, man, with their emotions and whatnot. Like you said, there's a lot of crazies out here, and you don't want no harm done on me at all, you know. But at the end of the day, man, you got to trust the Lord for sure. You got to trust God, lead on God, and things like that. You know, if you're talking about the Hebrew Israelites, I don't really know who you specifically talking about. You know what I mean? I don't know who you specifically talking about. Because if a person is watching me over the internet and wants to do harm and stuff like that, listen, I would rather have a slugfest somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and say you're going to try to creep on somebody and hurt them and things like that. Why not just have a slugfest? Not that I'm promoting violence on fights or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Why try to do something like that? Why try to off somebody that way and things of that nature? You know what I mean? It doesn't have to happen like Malcolm X or something like that. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. But we don't promote violence. We don't promote none of that stuff and things like that. You know what I mean? What people are upset about is the truth. This is what people are upset about. You know what I mean? What I put up on my channel, what C Rock put up on his channel, what Jude and Perdido put up on his channel, what World Made Simple when he was active, what he put up on, and what other people on YouTube who's putting up the truth on that channel. You understand? And these people are mad, these people are upset, and they get hatred in their heart. You understand that? The last person to spot, he stated he was going to do that. He even he sent a picture of a gun through the messenger. Oh man, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Listen, these people talk all this stuff, man. You know what I mean? But guess what? Even the devil got to go to God. You understand? That's why I don't really worry about it at all. You know what I mean? Because if God don't say so, it ain't gonna happen at the end of the day. You feel me? People sending guns. They sending. Somebody sent me a head off, bodies and stuff like that to my phone and things of that nature. I just laugh, man. I just laugh and stuff like that. It's funny. It's comical to me. You understand? It's real, real funny at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I've seen it all. I've heard it all and stuff like that, man. It's just so funny in reference to like threats. What up, Jacqueline? G Swole says, so why you protecting your daughter, wife, mother getting wrongfully arrested can't be justified in court? G Swole, you said, so why are you protecting your daughter, wife, or mother getting wrongfully arrested can't be justified in court? Yes, it can be justified. I agree. It can be justified in court. I definitely agree with that. As I was stating, it's like sometimes your emotions, can get the best of you. If you see a grown man just manhandling you, like right in front of you, you know what I'm saying? It's like you immediately going to attack him and protect your wife, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's your baby girl, your baby daughter. It would take a lot of restraint, you know what I'm saying, to really not do nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Because the court systems are messed up, man. A lot of officers get off, even if there's valid proof. What this officer going to get? You know what I mean? Desk duty, administrative duty, 2 week suspension. You know what I mean? So it would take a lot of restraint, man, for sure. Um, all right. What up, Flemings? What up? What up? What up? What knowledge? Can y'all hear me? Am I good? G Swole says, I remember the first time I got pulled over due to the DMV sticker being expired, but the alcohol test, but he alcohol tested me and threatened to get my car towed if I don't comply. That had me in tears from anger. Was he right? G Swole, you says, I remember the first time I got pulled over due to my DMV sticker being expired, but he alcohol tested me and threatened to get my car towed if I don't comply. That had me in tears from anger. Was he right? Well, uh, I don't think he was right at all. A lot of officers, they have the opportunity to make certain decisions. Like I said, certain a lot of officers like that, man. They get a kick out of things like that. They really, really do. He could have just let you off, like, listen, man, go get that fix. Give you a little citation or something, go get that fix. You gotta, well, they do that in Maryland, I think. Give you a certain amount of days, give you like a ticket, you know what I'm saying? And give you a certain amount of days to get it done. Then after you get that done, you have to get that ticket signed off by an officer who views it and it sees everything is in order. That's in the state of Prince George County, if I remember. They do that out there. All right, all right. Tony got a wiretap on your YouTube channels. That's why it's glitching. Oh man, this connection needs to buy. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Can y'all hear me? You funny. Hey Elijah, you funny. You funny. Knowledge shall increase. You funny. Can y'all hear me? Let me see. Can they hear me? All right, cool. I don't know. It looked like it's about to rain out there. So every time it's raining in North Carolina, the connection just mess up. He said, Harvin, you are a crooked cop. That's funny. Jeremy Dunbar says, when I was a teenager, I had a cop, my friend, that he was going to get us locked up, even if he had to make something up. We were on. Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy. That is crazy. All right. We are 52 minutes in the live. So, we're about to conclude this live. So if y'all have anything else to add to this live conversations number 111 in reference to innocent people who are in prison due to corrupt cops, please feel free to share, your last closing remarks on here. Do remember to be on the lookout for more True God videos and things of that nature. The end of the year service will be back in Greensboro, North Carolina, for sure. So start making your plans right now. What else I had to say? It's hotel information that I got to put up for people who are looking for hotels in the area for the end of the year service, because those hotels get booked so fast. What up, G Brown? Those hotels get booked so fast. So, you got about 4 or 5 months or whatever the case may be. Do remember to check out that secondary YouTube channel, Tony Harvin backup channel, Tony Harvin backup channel. George Fleming says, Pastor Jennings to me is a voice of those in prison in these wrong churches. They are in a spiritual prison under these false prophets and so-called pastors, etc. Cool. Mr. Ham says, only had 5 run-in with the cops since I got out of the streets. Cool. And Witherspoon says, I live in Sumter, South Carolina. Genju says, Purple Rain gang are pressed like hey man, it is, it is what it is with the IUIC, man. It is what it is for sure. Lawanda says, so what's the what is that resolve? Our people got to come back. What's the resolve? What do you mean by that at Lawanda? What do you mean? Hey G Brown, what up? What up, G Brown? Appreciate that. You're a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. All right. Yeah, I got no closing remarks, so we're about to conclude this live. I hope everybody have a wonderful evening for sure. It's almost a weekend. It's time to relax, time to kick back from all these days and hours of working and whatnot. Penelope says, yes, sir, you got to put yourself in a position that you are ready to go up or down or sideways for your family, especially those whom you know God loves them too, just like you. Cool, cool, cool. Appreciate that. Mr. Ham says, I like that Gin Juice Purple Rain gang when Barney cries. Gin Juice says, what is the topic tomorrow? I don't know. I'll be random sometimes, but I do have a little list of topics in general. But sometimes it's just, I just be random. It's just kind of my head to talk about, or I just go to my Facebook page, look at an old status or something like that, and just come up with a topic or whatever the case may be. Or I could see something outside on a billboard or hear something. I'd be like, okay, we could talk about that or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes I just be random. For sure, for sure, for sure. All right. Hope everybody have a wonderful night. I'm out. Peace.